Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be doing an anime review. This will be my first review on this channel, and the anime we will be reviewing is called, in English it's Tomo-chan is a girl, and the Japanese is Tomo-chan wa una no ko. And this one, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay, this looks interesting. The title is not exactly like, you know, great. Like it isn't like outstanding. Like it's glaring. Like, oh, I want to watch that. But it is catchy, and it makes you want to think like, oh, well, okay, why is she gotta recognize herself as a girl? Well, it's because she kind of, looks kind of like a guy, kind of. After watching the first episode, which I will be doing this as an episode, one by one episode basis. So I did watch the first episode, and I like it. It's pretty good. So, I know a lot of people aren't exactly into like drama stuff, and so I am. I like a lot of the drama animes and stuff like that. Not so much as action, but my preferences change here and there. If I watch it, I like it, it's good. If not, then I'll get around to it. Or there's very few anime that I just say I hate. Like after watching it, I don't think I've ever seen an anime where I just say I hate it. Maybe one or two is like kind of on the lower end, but for the most part, I kind of enjoy. I mean, I'm an anime fan and I love watching it. So yeah, so let's see. So first, I watch on Crunchyroll. If you don't have a subscription, I suggest you get one. I mean, if you're pirating any anime, please don't. It's not good. I used to in the past, but it's Crunchyroll has a lot. It has a huge library of good anime, and I think you guys should get a subscription to it if you haven't. Non-sponsored. Otherwise, you could go to other places as well. I know Netflix has a good amount as well. Plus, some of my favorites are on Netflix that you guys can watch too. So, that's just an option. In any case, so let's get on with the episode review. And to start, the anime starts in the open. By the way, if you guys haven't watched it, just know I'm going to talk about it. So, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. If not, then here we are. And the anime opens up with Tomo-chan confessing her love to her best friend, Jun. His full name is Junichiro Kubota. I'm gonna, because I'm watching it in Japanese. First of all, dub sucks. No offense. But so I will be naming them by the names I feel more comfortable with. So, in short, Jun is the guy's name in short. Tomo for Tomo-chan. So on and so forth. She confesses to Jun in the very beginning that she likes him and would like an answer right there and then. He just goes, "Yeah, of course I love you. You're my best pal." And she's like, she tells us as the audience that he doesn't see her as a guy or as a girl. And I'm like, God, he's an idiot. Already I'm like, oh my god, what an idiot right off the bat. I'm not a big fan of guy characters who are like that, who are super dense like that. So already I wasn't liking him. I mean, nothing against his character. He's a good guy. He's actually good looking, and that's just how it is. So right after that, he continues on, and they walk to school together. They walk home from school together. They basically do everything together. They basically are a couple. Everyone thinks, or at least as far as I'm aware, everyone in the school kind of thinks that way, that they are a couple, including some of their classmates and friends who tell them, hey, or ask them how far they gotten and things like that. Which then leads into the next character, Misuzu Gundo. That's their best friend, Tomo's best friend at least. Don't know about Jun. Misuzu, she she looks after Tomo like very closely as a very close friend. She showed it, I think, at least a couple times, if not a few times, where she cared about Tomo's feelings and how she feels for June throughout the first episode, and she cares very much about how Tomo wants a relationship with June, even though he doesn't see it that way because he's a blind fool. So she even takes the punishment of having to endure June's hate for her. Like, I don't know if it's a true hate or if it's like a love-hate friendship type of thing. Not love, but like, just like how I would love my best friends too. We don't love each other intimately, but like just as a really strong friendship bond. And I wonder if that's how their relationship is, because they used to be childhood friends and do all kinds of stuff together. But eventually they had a falling out, I guess. Maybe I'll find out more about that. But after watching the first episode, as far as I know, that's as far as it goes. They don't like each other. But they are, they will talk to each other, especially when it comes to Tomo. And when Misuzu offers to have lunch together with June and Tomo doesn't want it because she doesn't want to have lunch with June. She's embarrassed because she's a girl and she doesn't want to be seen eating lunch with him. Don't know why. I mean, I'm not a girl, so I don't know girl feelings and stuff like that. Maybe I'm dense too, but I would want to eat in the company of my best friends, if not someone I would like to date. So I don't know. That's just me. But June is obviously, he doesn't show very much kindness to Misuzu. He pulls off her scrunchie and tosses it to the floor. My favorite scene was when it was raining and both were waiting for Tomo to come out and share an umbrella with them. At least that's what I got from that, is that they both waited for her. They were talking alone by themselves, and June tricked Misuzu to talk about her Tomo, and then he pushed her out into the rain, and she just got soaked, and she just kind of looked back at him and just gave him a bad look. Didn't say anything, didn't do anything. And then when Tomo got there, she just asked what was happening, and they just said nothing much is happening. And they said that Tomo should share the umbrella with June, and after that they did. So Misuzu was left there in the building, and while it was raining. And so I like that kind of character. To me, is like, I like her. Misuzu is a great character. I think she is someone kind of like me. I would do anything to help my friends as well, and at the expense of my own demise. So that was actually a really character building moment for her. I like that. She takes it and she doesn't care, as long as she keeps her good friendship with Tomo as strong as it can be. That's what best friends do. And then there's Tatsumi Tanabe. He's the orange-haired character. He actually, he's a pervert guy, I guess, in the anime. But he comes in and he's the one asking June about how his relationship with Tomo is going. He gets the wrong idea. Misuzu has to explain stuff to him. And then Misuzu takes advantage of him because he's gullible. And at the raining scene, he ends up giving her his umbrella, even though, after saying, I'll be taking it alone for, by myself. And he's like, yeah, sure. And he's like, didn't even realize that he was just being misled, and he's left there in the rain as well. So it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's his own fault. And it was funny because, he's so gullible, so I'm expecting more things like that to happen, especially since it looks like Misuzu has a lot of leeway with how to manipulate people. She gets her way, even if she has to twist an arm or something. So far, I like Misuzu. Tomo's cool, and Jun's a little dumb, just the way it is. But that's another thing. She says that he doesn't see her as a girl, But when they're walking home together in the rain, they get into a small argument, and he grabs her shirt and notices. Sorry, that was a different scene. She was getting wet, and then because she ran away, and June notices that her shirt is kind of see-through, and so when he notices that, he obviously got embarrassed. I mean, I don't know why he would get embarrassed if it was a guy, so he gave her the umbrella and ran off, and that's like, to me, I was like, so he does know that she is a girl, that Tomo is a girl. So I'm like confused if it's a joke or if it's just kind of like he just sees her as a best friend, not a relationship kind of situation. Because if that's the case, and June doesn't want that, then I could see it that way. But as far as I can tell, it looks kind of more like he does care. He does want to be in a relationship with her. He didn't exactly say it as much as she did, but we'll see. I mean, it was only episode 1. Then we also introduced to the karate club captain, Kosuke Misaki. He's the blonde-haired guy. He can't beat Tomo, and she's just outstanding. She's strong. She beats everyone else up. She can't be in the girls' club because she beat everyone up in there. But yeah, he looks up to her as a senpai kind of thing for karate, and then I don't know if it's going to turn into like a relationship thing, but it looked kind of like more of a maybe he's a Tomo's love interest for him. So if that's the case, then I don't know if there's going to be a rivalry between him and June, but we'll see how that plays out. I would say he's more cute than handsome. He definitely has more of a girly look to him than a guy. So hence the reason why June kind of looks at a picture of him and thinks, oh, it's just a girl, but it's a guy. So I don't know how that's going to develop. Not a big fan of his character yet, but we'll see how things play out. Then after that, we're introduced to Naoko Mifune and Chiyomi Ogawa, and those two are the two girls that call out Tomo after school and want to get closer to Misaki, but are jealous that Tomo is friends with him because they're in the same club. Those two characters I could care less. They don't look like they're going to play too much of a part in the anime, but probably like super side character kind of things. Not a big fan of those kind of characters, so I hope they don't get too involved. I'd rather just focus on the main cast, because it's always nice to just get a lot of backstory, a lot of fun quirks here and there. I like those kind of comedies, and this is a comedy, so I don't really care for them, but if they end up being funny, I'll take it. But as far as why I watched, they weren't that great. I didn't really care for them at all, but we'll see what happens. They're probably there for a reason. And then the only other characters that really showed up were Tomo's mom and dad. Her dad is Goro Aizawa, and he runs a karate gym. And there he teaches, as he put it, the Aizawa art of karate, and taught it to Tomo and Jun. They both go to the dojo to work out. He seems very prideful, and that he hopes that Tomo can inherit the art of the Aizawa art, and I find that kind of interesting. But at the same time, it's like a typical dad kind of thing. Like, he just wants her daughter to succeed and be strong, being able to take care of herself kind of thing. And then the mom didn't have any lines, but her name is Akemi Aizawa, and I looked it up, by the way, and she's just seen in the kitchen kind of prepping food, I guess, and she just kind of like turns back around her shoulder and just kind of gives like a sigh of like, oh, there they go again, kind of like father and daughter arguing about being part of the karate club and getting in fights with June. So it was an interesting introduction for the parents, but it's something most animes don't really pay attention too much to the parents, but I like how this one did it. It wasn't too much, but it was enough to get you an idea of, what kind of people they are. And hopefully going forward we'll find out more. But otherwise, so far I think all of the characters, they look good. I like the art design of this anime. Very clean, and at the same time very simple. Nothing too extravagant, and I like that. So it looks good. Graphics wise, I think it's 10 out of 10 for me. I like this kind of style of anime. Let's see, anything else about the characters? I don't think so. But yeah, overall, I think the first episode was actually really well done. I don't know anything about it. I never read mangas and stuff like that, so I have no information about this anime just from what I watch. I didn't even read the synopsis, to be honest, but based on the title, I get the gist of it. So overall, I liked it. A little bit of humor here and there, not as much as I thought there'd be, but it made me laugh. It made me chuckle. Again, my favorite scene was the raining scene, and seeing June push Misuzu into the rain was so sad, but at the same time, it made me feel kind of good inside, because Misuzu's someone that I would be. Like, I would just not say anything. I would just hold it in for my friend, for my best friend, and that's just how I feel about it, and I thought that was a really good scene for her. So, I have a feeling she's probably going to be my favorite character throughout the entire series. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. That was just one episode. Otherwise, I think that's all I really want to talk about for the first episode. I guess for me, I will give it a 7 out of 10 rating. Nothing too, high up, but it's also not average. I did enjoy it. It made me feel good about myself and feel good about the characters. And, I know there's a couple more characters, I think, that are going to be introduced, so we'll see how things go. But I really don't like June. I mentioned in the very beginning, I don't like the guy characters who are so dense and stupid. For me, I haven't had many relationships in my life. If I did, they're very short-lived, and I really don't know much about romance as much as I wish I did. But for him, just anime in general, all the guys are pretty dumb, because there's these girls who love him, they don't see it, and they just don't care. And so, to me, I think he's just really stupid to think that she's just a best friend and nothing more, and treats her more like a guy than a girl. I think that's where the gist of the anime is kind of getting its vibes from. That she acts guyish, but she is a girl. Anyone can see that. So, don't know how it's going to go, but if the first episode was an indication, I think it will be a good anime. Probably by the end, I'm going to call it right now, maybe just straight out 7 out of 10. But we'll see. First episode, 7 out of 10. And, yeah. So, stay tuned for the next episode review. I'll probably try and dish these out as soon as possible, because the anime was completed. It did air starting in the very beginning in January, finished in March. So I am behind, I know, but I'm not doing this for people to immediately watch the next day or anything. But this is an anime I think I will like, and probably a lot of people will like too. So if you like these kind of things, rom-coms and stuff, you should give this one a try. If not, there's plenty of other anime you can watch out there. So until next time, I guess that'll be it. So yeah, if you liked the video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I will be doing more reviews on this, as well as other anime probably. And yeah, with hockey season over, I'll probably be doing more of these as well. So we'll see how things go. But until next time, I guess that's it. Take care, guys, and have a good day.